Well, here we are in the STMA PC-12. We are climbing for 8,000 feet. Now you may be wondering why I run the STMA PC-12. Actually, you may be wondering why does the Coronado PC-12 suddenly look so dated. In fact, this is the STMA PC-12, which is a little bit different to the Coronado. It is more, I don't know if I'd call it study level, because I haven't spent an awful lot of time with it. In fact, this is the first time I've taken it up. But I would say it's significantly different, and there's a little bit more complexity to it in getting it started, getting it prepared for flight. As we're flying along the south coast, there's the Isle of Wight on the left. I have something beeping at me, I'm not sure what it is. Might be the well, it can't be the ILS for London City. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that absolutely extraordinary? I mean, that could seriously be the real world. Obviously you want the clouds to be a little bit better, but that is pretty astonishing looking. So why am I looking at the STMA? Well, I'm interested in the extra complexity of the STMA. The STMA is known for not having as good as graphics as the Coronado, but having better systems simulation. So I'm interested to see how it differs from the Coronado, and the startup is pretty much identical. The big difference is that you have to hold the starter button down for 2 seconds, and it took me a while. Let's get out of these de-icing that it does. I'm interested to see what happens with the temperature. What have we got down here? It's a different unit to what I'm used to. But yeah, it does not look as good as the Coronado, but certain things just have a better feel to it. Why are we still going? I thought that was armed. Okay, this always catches me now. These buttons are really confusing. The buttons on these controls don't use the scroll wheel, and they don't drag. You actually have to click them, so that's a little bit confusing. So yes, it doesn't look as good as the Coronado, but the systems do. Well, I can't say, to be honest, at the moment are they significantly more complex, but they certainly have a feel to be more realistic. I would say the one thing I'd say on taxiing, the aircraft doesn't run away from you in the same way that the Coronado version does. The Coronado version just absolutely runs away from you. You have to use ground operating range. And I think it's just telling me we're getting close to the desired altitude. So the Coronado on the ground absolutely runs away from you, and you have to use ground operating range to deal with that. Otherwise you're going to be riding the brake the whole way around. I'm doing nothing here but just heading west, admiring the scenery, and just starting to get getting a first look really at the system. Let me turn the why is that? No, I don't want that turned off. See, unfortunately there are little things like this. I can't remember turning the yaw damper on. So I'd like just to turn the flight director off, but it won't let me do it. I'm not quite sure why it wouldn't like that. When I first started this aircraft up, the autopilot just wouldn't register clicks. It just seemed to randomly allow me to set it, so that's kind of worrying. It just all of a sudden allowed me to actually activate the controls, which just seems a bit strange. As you can see, I think we've got two 530s. No real flight plans, a flight plan to London City, but the desired track is always 321. I'm gonna have to, I'm trying to figure out why I can't get nav to work properly. I need to do some more reading up on the 530, because that something isn't quite right here, and I'm not quite sure what. Anyway, that's it. Getting sidetracked on odd GPS issues that I just don't understand. So right now I could definitely see how this has more complex systems, but at a very first look, still apparently is off. At a very first look, I think there are certain issues with it that I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with them. That is so beautiful down there. Even with stock clouds, it's really nice. I'm not sure what else to just say on this. I had actually issues with the condition lever, which kind of responds in an odd way. Sometimes it wants to move, sometimes it doesn't. I would say from what I've seen so far of the aircraft, that some controls kind of periodically work and then don't work, and I'm not quite sure why, if I'm doing something wrong or if it's... Well, they should move regardless, I suppose, but there's always a possibility of human error. That temperature has not moved. You can see the texturing isn't fantastic, but you know, it's functional. So the fuel reset works, yep. Outside. Okay, you're getting the what is that? 701 C degrees. 08T0. It's a bit odd. Test. Okay. So that works well. Store. Seems to me I'm going to have to read up on these controls again. Because certain things work. So holding at 8,000 feet. Let's turn the yaw down prof. Yeah, it works. So yeah. Not the prettiest aircraft, certainly. But you do get the feeling that there is significantly more to this aircraft than the Coronado version, and that it's going to take a little bit more work to fully understand it. Captured fleet. Again, that's, you know, a little detail, but it's nice to see all these little details. On takeoff, I couldn't understand what was going on with the ball. I was giving it right rudder as I would expect, but the ball was indicating left. I'm not. I couldn't quite work that out. That was a bit odd. I don't know why that's crossed out. That would be the angle of attack indicator. It'd be interesting to see how accurate that is compared to the Coronado. I totally ignore angle of attack indication on the Coronado because it just doesn't work. If you hit the, well, in this case it with the donut, it would be the triangle, but if you hit the centre mark, you don't have enough energy to maintain glide slope. So I tend not to even bother with that now. Going over more detail today. Frame rate is currently 40 FPS, which is perfectly acceptable. If you look to the left, there's a lot of options. So that is the kind of the pop-up sidebar. So what are my initial thoughts after having started it and taken off for the first time? I think if you like the PC-12 but you'd want a little bit more complexity, then this will probably be the aircraft. I would like to do a complete flight with this. I will probably do a complete flight in the PC-12 and then repeat the same flight, or do a flight in the Coronado PC-12 and repeat the same flight in the STMA. Look what that is. I'm tempted to press the buttons, but something bad will probably happen. So yeah, I'll do the same flight in both aircraft and see what differences there are, but I have no idea what the pusher is. I'm trying to think what is the pusher, and I can't honestly think what that might be. So I'm probably doing a lot of things completely wrong at the moment, but I suppose that is the interesting thing, that I'm thinking that it would be a wise idea to go back and read up a little bit more on the aircraft and get some more information on things that I don't understand, including the pusher. So the button for the pusher, I forget what that is. There's a lot to explore in this aircraft, and that is, you know, if you're happy with the Coronado version, you won't be interested in exploring those options, but I think a lot of this is clickable. See the range indication. Oh, 0.5, 2, 5, 10. That must be 20. So that is interesting. It's an example of the complexity, that added complexity in this aircraft over the Coronado version. So yes, there's an awful lot in this aircraft to discover. So if you're looking for a more in-depth version of this aircraft, this might well be it. And, I find it interesting purely based on the fact that it does have that extra depth, so I expect to see more on this aircraft. It is compromising the looks of the aircraft for complexity, so we'll see what happens with this. So hope you enjoyed that look at the STMA PC-12, and as always, feel free to like, comment and subscribe.